Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you my favorite Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. I have them sectioned off into like cream shadows, pencil shadows, and then the palettes off my little notepad here. Isn't this cute? I got it from Target yesterday to start organizing like my videos and stuff, just because I get a little overwhelmed trying to look things up on my phone sometimes, so I'd rather just have it nice, color coordinated, organized, and ready to go. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rosie. I am a makeup artist for the brand Charlotte Tilbury. My videos are based mostly around that and for the most part all beauty related. So if you're new, please go ahead and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and just get started. So the first favorite that I have is the color Chameleon. So these are going to be eyeshadow pencils. They're a waterproof formula. They stay on really well, and this is my favorite color in the formula, which is called Bronzed Garnet. Bronzed Garnet is a metallic red tone bronze, and let me go ahead and swatch it. That's what the color kind of looks like, and I love this color. This looks really pretty by itself, but I love pairing it with Sophia. The combination of the two is just really beautiful. But I love these more kind of as a base than I wear them by themselves. It's actually the only color I really wear if I do wear them. The color Chameleons, I prefer applying them on other people than on myself. I just find, I don't know, maybe it's like a makeup artist thing. Sometimes you prefer using products for artistry rather than on yourself, if that makes sense. But this is like the only color that I really use and really like on myself. Next, I have my eyes To Mesmerize. These are going to be more of like a creamy shadow formula. They're really long lasting. I wouldn't say they're waterproof. They do kind of tend to crease on me a little bit, but I still love them. And as long as I do like my concealer and a little bit of powder as a base, I find no problem with them sticking on. But I have three colors that I really enjoy. The first one is Bette, which is gonna be more of like an amber gold. This is probably the one I use the most. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, I love pairing this one with the Golden Goddess eyeshadow palette. I love pairing it with the new Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette. It just pairs really beautiful with many different shadows that I love to use every day. And this is just the shadow that I'll go for whenever I just want to do a super natural makeup look. This looks so beautiful by itself. The next color I have is Star Gold, which is going to be more of like a bronzy and coppery tone, which is super beautiful. I'm actually wearing it today. I have it paired with the new Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette, and I'm in love. It just looks so beautiful and bronzy. It's going to be warmer than Bette, but still in that same kind of golden range. And then the next one I have is called Mary Antoinette, which is a beautiful oyster gold. This is like a really, kind of like a little bit of a cooler sort of gold, but this also looks really beautiful by itself. Is kind of like my favorite way to wear it. It does pair really well with any other like cool neutral tone shadows, but I personally love it by itself. The three cream shadows kind of swatched next to each other, compared. This is Mary Antoinette, which is more of an oyster gold. Star Gold, which is more of like a bronze and copper tone, and then Bette, which is more of like an amber gold, and then this is the Bronzed Garnet, which is like a metallic red. But yeah, I love those, and I've really been sleeping on these. I wouldn't really use these as much as I do now, especially if you have drier eyelids. These work really well. Moving on to the luxury palettes, these are going to be like the ones that come in the quads. It was really hard to narrow down like my favorites. I feel like I love all of Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadows, but the way I made my decision was on the ones that I really use literally all the time. Like these are the ones that I keep on the front of my vanity, that I keep like right on the top of my drawer from all the shadows that I have, because these are just the ones that I go for all the time. So it was kind of hard to break it down. I think I narrowed it down to the ones that I truly love and are my favorite. First one coming up is going to be the Golden Goddess. This is probably one of my most used eyeshadow palettes. As you can tell, I already hit pan on like this pop shade. I love this. This is probably like my first true love when it came to her eyeshadows. This palette just looks good on literally so many different skin tones. It's very complimentary. It's great for every day. It's just really gold, flattering, like bronze tones. I usually like to use the warmer tones. I don't touch this one too much because it pulls a little bit more like gray and like cool toned, which I don't really like. You'll notice like a pattern with all of the shadows that I have, they all pull on the warmer side. I just personally love warmer tones more. Like, I'm not a cool eyeshadow type of chick. I just don't like them. I feel like they make me look tired. Like, I like them for like 2 hours, like on a night out when I want to go really like sultry, smoky, but I just don't feel like super confident in them to wear like literally all day. Golden Goddess is like one of my #1 favorites. I love pairing this with the Bette Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadow. And then it also pairs really well with Mary Antoinette, especially like with this cooler tone right here. It looks super, super beautiful paired together. Even with Star Gold, it would look really, really beautiful. So Golden Goddess is my first luxury palette favorite. Then next is gonna be Bella Sophia, which is like one of her #1 selling shadows. This palette just has more like bronze and coppery tones. I love like the warmth in this palette. It's just super flattering. It looks good on really different skin tones. If you have like more green or hazily eyes, this palette is really gonna make that color pop. This is just like the palette that I go for when I wanna do more of like a sexy, smoky eye. I wanna look a little bit more sultry. Like, I love this during the nighttime, really amped up. I'll go in with these 2 shades and really just build them together, and it looks so, so beautiful. So my next favorite is gonna be the Charlotte Darling Easy Eye Palette, which is more of like a bronze, pink, terracotta sort of toned palette. The tones on this is super, super beautiful. I didn't think I was gonna like this palette as much as I did in the beginning, and I didn't really think it was gonna be like one of my favorites, but I just love the simplicity of this palette. I love how you can go really light and natural for the daytime, and then if you want to amp it up a little bit, you can go smokier with these shades right here. And this palette is really, really pigmented. I love that there's 3 mattes and 3 shimmers, so you get like a good variation, and it's nice, compact, and the tones are just really, really flattering. Usually when I travel, I'll take this one with me because it literally just has the shadow colors that I need. You can use these wet or dry shimmering ones when I want to give it a little bit more of a pop. I like to spray like a little Fix Plus or like setting spray on them, and it really just amps up like the shimmers. I really love this palette. It's super, super beautiful, and it's actually a pretty good price compared to like her luxury palettes, because you get 6 shades for $57. And then the luxury palettes that come with 4 shades is $53. So for $4 more, you get 2 extra shadows. So my next favorite shadow is the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. This is by far my favorite instant eye palette that Charlotte Tilbury has ever launched in the world. I have all 4 of the holiday ones, and this by far is my favorite. I did love the Stars in Your Eyes. I love that one a lot, but that one pulled a little bit more like on the purpley side. This pulls a little bit more to like the champagne soft pink. Has a good range of neutral tones in here. I love how there's like a huge selection of matte shades in here, and then you get some really pretty like shimmers. This palette has just been doing it for me. I've been wearing it non-stop since it launched. The one thing though is that I am allergic to this palette actually. A lot of people I think are allergic to these like pinker tones because of a certain ingredient in it. I think it's called carmine or carmine. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but yeah, I'm allergic to it. I got eczema on my eyelid from wearing this so much because I just loved it that much. And I still continue to wear it because I just love it so much. The tones are just so, so beautiful. But what I have been doing that has been helping with like the dryness on my lid is I've been using these Eyes to Mesmerize as a base. They're more like creamy and hydrating. They act as a really nice base beneath the shadow, so the actual shadow isn't touching my eyelid. I have this beneath it, and I feel like it's been helping. I did give my eyes a break from shadow for like a week because I was just getting really, really puffy and dry. So I gave myself a break from shadow for a week. I wore nothing but this, and I feel like it really made a difference when playing with these colors. I'm pretty sure it's mostly like the pinker tones that I can't really play with too much, but these tones are usually pretty fine. I still wear the base beneath just because I'm a little paranoid, but I love this. If I were to say out of all the shadows I talked about today, I'd say This one for sure is probably my favorite. This one and the Charlotte Darling one, they just do something different for me. I just love them. If I were to recommend to any palette that I spoke about today, it would honestly be either one of these two. The shade selection is just incredible and it's really, really pigmented, great formulation, just beautiful. And my last favorite is gonna be the Pillow Talk Luxury Palette of Pops. So this is a sparkling nude pink palette. It's a palette of pops, so it's all the shades are gonna be like a nice reflective sort of sparkle. I love this. They pair beautifully with this palette, of course. I've been loving the combination of these two. This pairs really, really well with the Charlotte Darling palette as well. Great palette to add to your collection just to give you a little extra oomph and pop for a beautiful like nude pinky sparkle. I know I didn't do too much swatching on the actual shadows because I do have videos of me reviewing and using most of those palettes, so I'll leave them linked in the description down below if you want to see what they how they kind of apply and how they look like and how they swatch. So I'll just leave those linked down below for you guys if you're interested in watching that. Yeah, but that pretty much sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful, informative, or somewhat entertaining. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.